in an era where the quest for personal and professional success is more intense than ever. Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People remains a beacon of insight and guidance. First published in 1989, Covey's book has not only become a seminal text in the realms of self-help and leadership, but has also endured as a blueprint for living a life of principle and effectiveness. At its core, Covey's work delves into the patterns of behavior that define effective individuals, proposing that lasting success comes from a character ethic rather than merely adopting superficial techniques. The 7 habits are more than just a set of rules. They are a holistic approach to life and work. Based on principles of fairness, integrity, honesty, and human dignity, these habits provide a framework for living with a purpose and making decisions that lead to genuine fulfillment. Covey's work transcends the mere acquisition of success. It teaches how to align oneself with universal principles of effectiveness that have stood the test of time. This video aims to explore each of Covey's 7 habits in depth, shedding light on how they can be applied in today's fast-paced and ever-changing world. From being proactive to synergizing with those around us, these habits offer a roadmap for not only achieving our goals, but doing so in a way that enriches the lives of those around us and builds a foundation of enduring values. Covey's message is clear. True effectiveness comes from within, and by cultivating these habits, we can transform not only our own lives, but also profoundly impact our communities and the broader world. Stephen Covey's first habit, Be Proactive, is the cornerstone of his influential book. This habit underscores the power of personal responsibility and the capacity to choose our response to any circumstance. Covey challenges the reader to shift from a reactive to a proactive mindset, emphasizing that our actions and attitudes are within our control, not dictated by external factors. Proactivity, as Covey describes, is about recognizing the space between stimulus and response. In this space lies our freedom and power to choose our response. Proactive people don't blame genetics, circumstances, or conditioning for their behavior. Instead, they focus on things within their control, their response and attitude towards life's challenges. Covey introduces the concept of the circle of influence and the circle of concern to further explain this habit. The circle of influence encircles aspects of our lives we can affect, whereas the circle of concern includes areas beyond our control. Proactive individuals concentrate their efforts on their circle of influence, effectively expanding it over time, rather than getting bogged down by the uncontrollable aspects in the circle of concern. Applying this habit involves using proactive language that reflects personal responsibility. Statements like "I choose" or "I prefer" replace reactive phrases like "I can't" or "I have to." This subtle shift in language reflects a significant change in mindset. In essence, being proactive means taking initiative, anticipating challenges, and actively working towards solutions. It's about realizing that we are the architects of our fate, not passive observers. This habit sets the foundation for the other 6 habits, establishing a mindset of empowerment and self-determination. Habit 2, Begin with the end in mind, is the next principle in Stephen Covey's influential book. This habit is about envisioning the future you want to create. It means to have a clear understanding of your destination, which enables you to better understand where you are now so that the steps you take are always in the right direction. Covey emphasizes the importance of developing a personal mission statement, a written representation of one's values and goals. This acts as a roadmap, guiding decision-making and providing a clear focus. It's about understanding your personal and professional values and ensuring your actions align with them. This principle applies to various aspects of life, from career and relationships to personal development. This habit encourages people to live life based on principles and values rather than moods, circumstances, or conditions. Covey uses the metaphor of a personal constitution to describe the concept of a mission statement. Just as a country's constitution provides a standard to measure laws and actions, a personal mission statement becomes a standard against which individual decisions and actions are judged. In practical terms, Beginning with the end in mind means setting long-term goals and working backward to identify the steps necessary to achieve them. It involves a deep introspection of one's deepest values and the legacy one wants to leave behind. By adopting Habit 2, individuals can ensure that their efforts are focused and aligned with their deepest values. It's not just about ticking off tasks on a to-do list, but ensuring that each task contributes to a larger, meaningful goal. A goal that resonates with one's personal vision and values. Habit 3. Put first things first is the third principle in Stephen Covey's influential book. This habit is about prioritization and time management, focusing on doing what is most important rather than simply what is urgent. Covey distinguishes between urgent tasks that require immediate attention and important tasks that contribute to long-term missions and values. This habit is essentially about life management. Covey introduces a time management matrix categorized into 4 quadrants that prioritize tasks based on their urgency and importance. Quadrant: I includes tasks that are both urgent and important, like crises and deadlines. Quadrant 2 encompasses tasks that are important but not urgent, such as relationship building and personal growth. Quadrants 3 and IV contain tasks that are urgent but not important, and neither urgent nor important, respectively. Covey argues that effectiveness lies in focusing on Quadrant 2 activities, as these are aligned with one's personal mission, values, and high-priority goals. By concentrating on these tasks, individuals can manage their life proactively, preventing crises, and preparing for the future. This involves saying no to less important tasks, especially those in Quadrant 3 and IV, and dedicating time to what truly matters. In applying this habit, individuals are encouraged to plan weekly rather than daily, as this allows for a more strategic and comprehensive approach to time management. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. By putting first things first, people can lead a more balanced life, ensuring that their actions consistently reflect their values and goals. This habit is about aligning daily actions with the broader vision established in Habit 2, ensuring that each step taken is a step towards achieving one's life objectives. Habit 4. Think win-win is a key principle in Stephen Covey's influential book. This habit is centered around the idea of mutual benefit in human interactions and relationships. It is a mindset that seeks mutual respect, mutual benefit, and mutual success. In essence, it's about believing that one person's success does not have to come at the expense of others. Covey posits that the win-win mentality is grounded in the paradigm that life is a cooperative, not a competitive arena. This approach is fundamentally different from the win-lose mentality, where if I win, you lose, or lose-win, where I lose so you can win. It's about seeking solutions and agreements that are beneficial and satisfying to all parties involved. Implementing the win-win habit requires a balance between courage and consideration. It involves being assertive in advocating for your own needs and desires, while also being empathetic towards the needs and desires of others. Covey suggests that to achieve win-win, one must focus on the principles of mutual respect and mutual benefit. In practical terms, this habit can be applied in various aspects of life, from personal relationships to professional negotiations. It requires a shift in mindset, viewing conflicts and problems as opportunities for finding mutually beneficial solutions rather than zero-sum games. Adopting a win-win attitude fosters positive, productive relationships. It creates an environment of trust and collaboration, which is essential for effective teamwork and interpersonal relations. This habit is about building long-term relationships that bring about synergistic solutions where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. It's not just about being nice or seeking a quick compromise. It's about finding solutions that genuinely address the needs and concerns of all involved. Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood is a vital component of Stephen Covey's influential book. This principle is about the power of empathetic listening and effective communication. Covey stresses the importance of truly understanding another person's perspective before trying to be understood ourselves. In most interactions, people tend not to listen genuinely. Instead, They are either speaking or preparing to speak, often projecting their own autobiography and interpreting everything through their own lens. Covey introduces the concept of empathic listening, which is listening with the intent to understand. It involves listening with your ears, eyes, and heart, paying attention not only to what is being said, but also to the feelings and emotions behind the words. This habit is about more than just effective communication. It's about building deeper relationships and connections. By actively listening and giving people psychological air, we validate their feelings and perspectives. This creates an environment of trust and respect, essential for meaningful and productive interactions. The second part of this habit, then to be understood, is equally important. Effective communication is a two-way street, and only after we truly understand others can we expect them to understand us. Once trust is established through empathetic listening, our own communication becomes more effective and influential. This is because the individual feels understood and valued, which opens them up to our influence and perspective. Applying this habit in both personal and professional settings can lead to more effective problem-solving, improved relationships, and better conflict resolution. It's a skill that requires patience and practice, but ultimately leads to greater understanding, cooperation, and mutual respect. Habit 6, synergize, is a fundamental principle in Stephen Covey's influential book. This habit is centered on the concept of creative cooperation or teamwork. Synergy is the idea that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. It means that when people combine their strengths and abilities in a spirit of trust and understanding, they can produce results far greater than what they could achieve individually. Covey describes synergy as the essence of principle-centered leadership. It involves valuing and respecting differences, bringing different perspectives together to create a third, superior alternative. This is not about compromise or mere cooperation. It's about creating something new and better, something that couldn't have been achieved by any single person or group working in isolation. The key to synergizing is in recognizing the unique value and perspective each person brings to the table. Covey emphasizes that the strength of the team is in its diversity. When people with different viewpoints, skills, and experiences come together with an open mind and a genuine desire to understand each other, they can solve complex problems in innovative ways. In practice, synergizing requires effective communication skills, a commitment to understanding and valuing diversity, and a high level of trust among team members. It's about listening to and understanding differing viewpoints, being open to new ideas, and being willing to change personal attitudes and approaches for the greater good of the team. Synergy can be applied in various aspects of life, from family and social relationships to workplace teams. When synergizing, the group's achievements are not just additive, but exponential. The synergy among the team members creates a dynamic where everyone's contribution is amplified, leading to extraordinary results. Habit 7, sharpen the saw, is the final habit in Stephen Covey's influential book. This principle emphasizes the importance of self-renewal and continuous improvement. Covey uses the metaphor of a woodcutter who is too busy cutting trees to take time to sharpen his saw. Just as the saw needs regular sharpening to be effective, individuals need to continually renew and improve themselves to maintain effectiveness in their lives. Sharpening the saw means preserving and enhancing your greatest asset, yourself. Covey divides this into 4 dimensions: physical, mental, social, emotional, and spiritual. Physical renewal involves caring for your body through exercise, nutrition, and rest. Mental renewal includes learning, reading, writing, and teaching. Social emotional renewal is about building and nurturing relationships, showing empathy, and effective communication. Finally, spiritual renewal involves spending time in nature, meditation, music, art, prayer, or service. Covey argues that neglecting any of these areas can lead to burnout, ineffectiveness, and decreased motivation. By regularly and consistently renewing ourselves in each of these areas, we can operate at our highest level. It's about finding balance and ensuring that we're not sacrificing any aspect of our health and well-being for the sake of productivity. In practical terms, sharpening the saw involves setting aside time for daily or weekly activities that rejuvenate us. It's about making a conscious effort to grow and develop in all areas of life. This habit is crucial for sustaining the effectiveness achieved through the other 6 habits. It ensures that we have the energy, ability, and focus to maintain our effectiveness over the long term. In concluding our exploration of Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, it's clear that these habits are more than just a set of rules. They are a holistic approach to life, fostering personal and professional effectiveness. Each habit builds upon the others, creating a comprehensive framework for anyone striving to lead a balanced, principled, and effective life. Habit 1, be proactive, sets the stage by emphasizing personal responsibility. Habit 2, begin with the end in mind, provides the vision and direction. Habit 3, put first things first, operationalizes the first 2 habits by focusing on priorities and time management. Habit 4, think win-win, encourages a mindset of mutual benefit in all interactions. Habit 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood, enhances communication and relationships through empathetic listening. Habit 6, synergize, leverages the power of teamwork and diverse perspectives. Finally, Habit 7, sharpen the saw, underscores the importance of continuous personal renewal. These habits are interconnected and mutually reinforcing. Together, they provide a powerful framework that goes beyond simple productivity tips or success strategies. They are about aligning oneself with principles of effectiveness that have stood the test of time. These principles are not just about achieving success, but about achieving it in a way that is consistent with one's deepest values and ethics. Implementing these habits requires commitment, practice, and patience. The journey towards personal effectiveness is ongoing. But as Covey's work demonstrates, it is a journey well worth undertaking. By internalizing and practicing these habits, individuals can transform not only their own lives, but also positively impact those around them, creating a ripple effect of effectiveness and positive change.